Okay, so here we are. We got some tarps here. Tarps, great uses. They're light. They're great for shelter building. Got different sizes and pretty cheap, and different thicknesses too. So this is the camera will focus. Not gonna focus. Not gonna focus. All right. Well, this says light duty and heavy duty. So you got different thicknesses, different sizes. Tarps are a great prep tool. Let's see, 4-gallon sprayers, and not so much. Shovels, good to have. I mean, it depends. You're gonna bug in or you're gonna bug out. A lot of tools, obviously, if you're not going anywhere, that you could use. But we're looking more long-term, off-grid situations. Some storage containers. Doing a perimeter, and then we'll go aisle by aisle here. Let's see what we got here. Ropes. These are some thick tow ropes. Really good thick tow ropes. Tie down racks. Still getting used to this camera, so be patient with me. Chains are a really good thing to have. But thinner, lighter as well. Hitches as well. You're gonna go. Isn't every car as well should have a hitch? Very cheap. U-Haul does a lot of cheap hitches as well. You got different ball sizes and different thicknesses as well. I gotta move away because someone's over there. I don't want to film anyone. Let's see, we got generators, different size. This is a Predator for, that's definitely not $27. So these gotta be, these are small, tiny ones. Be curious. These are pumps, water pumps. Okay, look at that monster. There's a monster of a Predator. That's definitely a generator, 13,000 watts. Okay, water pumps. Okay, these are water pumps. Those are good. Gasoline tanks, good to have. Storage. You're gonna stay in. You want your storage racks for your tools. Okay, this is gonna be a little sporadic because there's people walking around. I don't want to get them on tape. Cordage. Prepper's paradise of cordage. And I found there's other cordage. There's like a nylon cordage, but you want to see the testing strength as well of these. It was pop. Damn, I gotta get used to this camera. I'm way up on these cameras. Sorry, guys. Poly rope, and you want to see do you see the tensile strength there? It says 600 pounds. Very important to get that, to understand that. That's pretty strong. 600 pounds for that thickness is awesome. There's a good rope. How many feet? 100 feet. And that's $4. Awesome. Give me a second. I gotta clean this lens. Something's not. Sorry. Okay, and that's light too. It's light. It's extremely light, and it's strong. I like that. That's good cordage to have. All right, what else we got? There's metal. Also metal cordage. This is some pretty good cordage. This is natural, some type of twine. It's a natural type of twine. What do they call that? Sisal rope. More along the lines of nature. Different tie downs, bungee cords. Good to have to prep out if you're bugging out in a vehicle, even with the backpacks too, or motorcycles. Bungee cords are great for motorcycles, for backpacks. Tie downs. These are more these nylon tie down ratchet types. Really good for securing items on top of the roof or the motorcycle. Really good. You got this music in the background here. Tires. Good to have some spares for everything. Car, motorcycle, wheelbarrow, dollies. Strong polyurethane smell here. Okay, you got people walking around here. Gotta revert back over here. We got the surprise spy shopper. That's for bending pipes. Grinders. Looks like I saw some grinders over there. Gloves, good to have. If you're going to be doing any welding, dealing with fire, they're pretty lightweight. You want to get some thick welding gloves. are pretty good to have. I have a pair of these, but they're really thick cowhide ones. You're dealing with fires a lot, hot things. If you're going to be doing any, whatchamacallit stuff, I'm drawing a blank, blacksmithing with metals, you definitely want to have that. Wire, oh look at this wire, this is great wire. It's welding, copper wire, you can do a lot with that if you're into like free energy and magnetics. You get some free energy, look into that type of thing as well for electricity, another source of energy. Welding, you get a lot into welding. You know what I got recently too that I like is these goggles, welder's goggles. These are only $5.99, but they're just, what a world of difference. If you, oh, there's two pair for $5.99. Can't beat that. World of difference in the sun. If the sun is really bright, if you're in the snow with a bright sun, you really want that. You got the full masks. I like the goggles. Goggles are cool. You got the full helmet here. That's for full facial head protection. Tapes, a lot of different tapes. It's good to have duct tape. That's the poor man's tool of fixing everything, duct tape. Yeah, it's strange. Busy here today, busy day. Extension cords, again, if you're bugging in, you gotta run your generator. All the different adapters for that, multi-plugs, quick multi-plugs, testers are good. You know, if you're not an electrician, get an electrician's advice as far as hooking up a generator to your power, your circuit breakers. Maybe these tools make it really easy as far as stripping wires down and connecting them with the clamps and so forth and so on, and testers. But you really need to know what you're doing so you don't get electrocuted yourself or anyone else as far as electricity goes. I'm trying to make this one long continuous video so I don't have to keep editing and turning the camera off and on. Alright, dollies. Oh, here's some storage bins. Mini storage bins. Very, very cool to have. Yeah, they're like fishing tack boxes, but they're very rugged. A lot of different compartments, and you can even lock them too as well. There's a little hole there for the locks, and different sizes obviously, but cheap. That's $7. That's a $7 unit. Different sizes. That looks like an ammo can. Here's aluminum ones as well. I don't see anything waterproof yet, but you know, some fishing places have the waterproof ones that float too as well. They're a little more expensive, but good to have for something electronic, and or to use as a Faraday cage as well. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is a belt, a tool belt. And for little compartments as well too. Here's ones with little compartments. So if you have a lot of little things that you're storing, that's really useful as well. Fishing, good for fishing gears, little fishing boxes. Separate your hooks and lures. Zip ties. Yeah, zip ties are awesome. Definitely a good thing to have, zip ties. Alright, switching around. I got people around. Big tools, monkey wrenches, again for plumbing stuff. We're looking for more outdoor, hands-on in the woods type of stuff. Gloves, a lot of different types of gloves, knee pads, goggles, safety goggles. Alright, what's over here? Scissors. I don't know what this stuff is. This looks like artwork stuff. Not interested in that. Safes. Safes are good to have. You know, if you're going to stay in, you want to protect your items, have backups. That's a pretty big safe. That safe is probably the size of my torso. Let's see how much it is. $129 for this safe. And that's a nice safe for $129. And the little ones too as well. If you got guns, you got your ID. So a small safe to keep your personal items in, let's say, is $34. Can't go wrong with that. Security system, great. You got a power, you got electric. Some of these are battery operated as well. Great for perimeter, great for motion detector. You really want to consider something that's, you know, if you're not going to build it off grid, like a trip wire with a with an alarm of some sort, or a beep, or a tree deadfall to give away someone's breaching a perimeter. This is a good thing to have for your safety and security. Let's see, knives. These are great. I mean, if you don't have a box cutter knife, get a box cutter knife. This one's a little bit fancy, but you get that and the replacement blades. These are things that you're not going to be able to reproduce or manufacture in an off-grid situation. This is cool. A dolly. Not so much for survival and prepping, but look at that 3-wheel dolly thing. I like that. That's strong too. It's heavy metal. Hoists, if you're bugging in. Great to have hoists for switching out engines or just lifting things that are really heavy and moving them around. I think you know what that is, a hand truck. Okay, hooks. If you're going to have sheds, you want to get organized, have lots of hooks. There's more duct tape. Duct tape, some places are different, a lot of different prices on duct tapes. This one's almost $5 for a roll. A roll of how many feet is that? Oh, it's cloth duct tape. Yeah. It's 50 yards for $5, call it, with taxes. Winches. Winches are very cool to have on trucks. Good idea to get you out of situations, get other people out of situations. I see 12,000. Yeah, that was 120. 12,000 pound winch for looks like about $400. It's 700. Oof, $700. I don't know what that thing is towing, but that's a lot. All right, winches, hoist, a hoist winch, very cool. Manual winches, that's good to have. It's good for barns and stuff, for sheds. These are big chains to move stuff around. If we're going to get up and running in manufacturing, very important. And we're back to the hitches. Look into hitches. Every car should have a hitch, and it's cheap. U-Haul, I think, does it for $150. I mean, you got to install and a hitch, I think, for less than $300 for a hitch for your car. I don't care what kind of car you have. It's really worth it to have a hitch and get a small trailer, and or if you happen to come across someone that has a trailer but no hitch, you put your resources together. Jacks. Every car should have a jack that's above what the manufacturer gives you. It's so much easier to get this up and safer, your car up if you got a flat tire to operate. And if you're going to do some extended work, you put it up on the jack stands as well to keep it safer. Okay, what do we got over here? It looks like an air compressor, so if you're going to do air tools, it's great, but noisy, attracts a lot of attention. If you're going to do an air compressor, which I'm sure they have around here somewhere. There we go, air compressors. But that looks more like the sand pressure. Central pneumatic, pressurizer, bracer blaster. Yeah, sand blasters, that's what that is. Okay. Knee pads are very cool. Air masks, good for dirty areas that are coming up with a lot of dust and so forth and so on. More storage little boxes. Gloves, lots of gloves. These are good to have. You always come across things you want to take apart, see what's in it, or use it for parts, cannibalize. Allen key wrenches, and some of them have these different tips on them. They're like, this camera's driving me crazy. That's like a hexagon type of tip, or polygon. It's an 8-sided tip. They call it, a hex or a star, they call it. Lots of gloves, a lot of different types of gloves. Weatherproof, waterproof, leather, disposables. Oh, look at these mammoths. Wow, we gotta get a pair of these. Look at the size of these gloves. How much of this? I guess this is for like something chemical. If you're dealing with chemicals, waterproof. I feel some thick plastic here. all the way up, and it's got a $6.99. Are you kidding me? I think I'm gonna get those. And it's got a protective little thing around here. It's elastic, goes around your forearm. That's great. I'm gonna get those. Oh, here's another one. Is this the same thing? Yeah, we got these at some other store too. Same thing, thick, heavy plastic, $6.99. These blue ones, I can't believe how far these things go up. So for another $1, you cover your whole entire forearm. Yeah, I had these before. These are great. Rubber gloves. Very cool. Very good thing to have. Then I got the whole boxes. Look at the thickness too. 5 mil thickness. That's a good thickness. 6 mil, 7 mil. Wow. I think that as far as it goes from 5 to 7. Nitrile gloves. Very good. Very good. Could get a box of those. How much is the box? $10 for how many packs? Large. Well, make sure you get the large. Most people have large or extra large hands. Doesn't cut off the circulation. $10. I still don't see. 50 gloves. So I guess that's 25 pair. All right, let's get down another aisle where there's not people. I just keep hearing people around. People down that aisle. People down this aisle. Drones. People everywhere. Gotta get here early when it's slower. People are just everywhere. All right, an aisle with nobody. Saws, hacksaws, really good thing to have. And sometimes you can even just, if you're handy enough, you get just the blade itself, and you could, work out, get some sticks together, and bind the blade onto the sticks. But they're light. They do great work. They don't require gas. There's a different type of blade. It says incredible blade. Mini saws. Oh, here's just a handheld saw. Handheld pull saw. One hand. These things will fit in into your bug out bag really easily. We're gonna have to wrap this up because there's too many people around and too noisy. Clamps. Here's some different type of clamps. Good for securing things down. Wooden clamps, metal clamps, plastic clamps, clamps all over the place. Was that wood carving? Did I see wood carving tools? Oh, here's some good tools to have. This is sharpening. No, these are not chisels. Why am I drawing a blank here? It's for woodworking. Lathe work, woodworking, different shapes. They're not stone sharpeners, but that's another thing I know they have here is for sharpening stones. A file set. There we go. Totally lost my train of thought there. Good for files, making different types of wood shapes. Okay. I had to rush out of there because somebody was coming. Don't want to get them on film. We did this aisle. That aisle's a wrap. Dollies, did that aisle. I think that's about it. As far as I could get on camera without getting... here's something that's cool. We were here before, but this is for collecting wood. If you're going to collect wood, you're going to need something to help to gather it with as well for your ease. 5-gallon buckets, they come in handy for fish or something. So you want to be able to come here and get a lot of different stuff here cheaply, and to just fill up your bag with it's almost like going to the dollar store almost, but a little bit more upgraded than that. Some night lights. Again, that's great for. It's got the solar night lights. So that's really good for perimeters for checking. All different lights, headlamps. Gotta have headlamps. These headlamps right here. Cheap, really good to have, $3-4. Rechargeable batteries, and some of these have solar rechargeable as well too. Little batteries really have to back up for your items that you don't think have batteries, like your ear. If you have hearing aids, this is great. Look at this, 24 pieces for $3. You can't go wrong with that. Here's a little trick too for batteries. Some of these batteries here, see this here for your lanterns? Some of these, if you crack open, look on YouTube, this is filled with nothing more than the same smaller batteries. Like this might have 20 AAA batteries in it, or AA batteries in it. Same price actually. Same price. Wow, I can't believe that. So look at it. It's a resource of different types, different batteries. Okay, magnetic batteries, big floodlight batteries. Really want to go long term for recharging. Again, this isn't going to last, more than 5 years or so if you're off the grid. All right, we're going to wrap this up because it's getting too busy here. But I hope you found this informative. God bless, and we'll talk soon.